It is Friday, July 12th, 2019, 1:40 p.m., 18 degrees outside. Looks like it's going to rain. It's kind of chilly today. It has been pretty warm the last little while, so it's not that bad. Today, I didn't go to school because I just really didn't feel like it. This whole week, it's just been kind of like a type of week. It all started on Tuesday. I went to write my 741 exam and I failed. I think it was 686 out of 700. It was just really annoying, frustrating, and a little bit discouraging, to be honest, because that is like the one that's focused more on networking. So both exams that I've written and had to do with networking, I failed. And 2 of the last 3 exams that I've written have been fails. There's a bug on that screw. And it's, yeah, so I don't know. It was frustrating, annoying, just because it's like, I wanted to have that done and over with so I could focus on something else. Focus on other certifications, focus on, like, if I had that done, I'd be focusing on my Security Plus, on 742 and my Exchange exams. And if I didn't have if I had my Network Plus, I'd be not focused on that either, but I have to focus on that now too. So there's 5 exams now, or whatever it is, that I need to focus on instead of 3. And it's like, it's just annoying to have to rewrite it. So yeah, I was pretty bummed out that day, and I started, I don't know, I tried really hard to study. It was just hard. It was hard to like really get into it this week. And yesterday I tried, but I just couldn't. I did like an hour and I was like, I'm done. I need to get out of here. So I took the rest of yesterday off, and today I was like, I'm not going to school. I just don't want to. I just need a break. It was one of those weeks. I just felt, I don't know, weird. And but yeah, I'm studying for 742 now. I booked it in for the earliest, July 29th. Anything after that. Yeah, that's the plan. And I'm gonna try a lot harder to study this time around. What I've been doing is I'm memorizing all the stuff that's kind of memorization based, and then I'm also going through the book chapter by chapter, figuring out everything that they're asking me to do. Like, for example, create, like, the stuff I was just doing in chapter 1 and 2 was stuff like creating or installing Active Directory, creating users, creating computers and stuff like that. And all that stuff was to do with, like, so in the book, it's like, it tells you how to create a user in 4 different ways. So there's the admin center, users and computers, PowerShell, and DSAD.exe. So I did all those, and I'm keeping track of it in a notepad, because eventually what I want to do is I want to take the project I did in class, add all the stuff that's missing from my notes, and make my own little project and do it over and over and over again until I pretty much have everything as close to memorized as possible. Because it'll be nice to memorize, like, to remember, like, when I'm on a question and see a PowerShell command, for example, like, oh yeah, I remember doing this, or no, that doesn't sound right, but this one sounds a little bit more familiar and stuff like that. So yeah, so that's what I'm focusing on. I'm gonna try to do a little bit more studying with that, and what I want to do also with Exchange, once I start focusing my attention towards that, is do the same thing as that, and it might take a little bit longer. Instead of, like, once I'm done the course, just, go straight into booking that exam. Maybe I'll take like a month or so in addition afterwards to, like, study really hard and then book it. So I have like a month plus, the 2, 3, 4, whatever weeks it is until I actually get the exam. So that's that. But yeah, it was just upsetting. Like, I tried to kind of, like, I told myself, like, you're allowed to be upset. Like, this obviously is annoying, but I tried to put on, like, a smile. Like, I was trying to, like, be like, yeah, it's not that bad. Like, sucks. You'll do better, like, next time. You can just do it again. And I tried to do that, but it just wasn't working. Like, no matter what positive spin I tried putting on it, no matter how hard I tried, like, I couldn't really get out of that funk, especially on Tuesday. And this wasn't as bad as networking. Like, when I failed my networking exam, I felt bad, but, like, by the end of the day, I felt normally pretty fine. Then that day afterwards, I felt fine. But, like, yeah, the entire day, it was like, I don't know, it just kind of put a damper on my mood. And I felt really confident going into it. Even, it's funny too, for my 740 exam, for the majority of the questions, well, not the majority, but for a lot of the questions, I was like, I don't know if this is right. And until like even from the start, I was like, I'm pretty sure I failed. I'm pretty sure I failed. And I ended up passing. With this exam, 741, I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm doing well. Like, I'm like, these answers I'm putting in, they seem right. And I felt good. I felt like I was going to pass, and then I failed. So all the confidence that I had from the 740 exam, I kind of lost. So I think the next time I go write an exam, whatever, it's going to be 742, I'm going to be nervous again that, what if I fail again? So hopefully I'm more prepared, and I don't fail that, and I can kind of focus, kind of get back into the swing of things there with passing exams. But that's what's going on there. In terms of school, this week we were doing Exchange 2010, because I guess that's part of the book, upgrading and kind of understanding the difference between 2010 and 2016. Next week, I believe, is something to do with implementation and designing the network or whatever for Exchange. And then the 2 weeks following that is a project. I'd really, really love to be able to finish that project by like Wednesday of the first week, so then I have a week and a half off. At the very least, by the end of the week. That's max. Like if I like max, ideally like Tuesday, if not Wednesday. But by the end of the week, absolutely has to be done. So I have a week off. That'd be nice. But that's what's going on there. Yeah. So there's that. The plan today. This whole week, I've been kind of feeling like, I don't know, like this anxiousness, this depression that for no reason, and just kind of moody. And initially, the plan today was to smoke some weed and kind of calm down a bit. But for whatever reason, I was in a good mood this morning. So it's a whole bunch of stuff made me laugh on Facebook. And I just, when it came down to it, it was like 10 a.m., like a few hours ago. And I was like, all right, I'm going to go smoke some weed. And then I was like, well, hold on. Do I need to? And I thought about it. I was like, well, I'm in the mood right now that I would like weed to put me in. So I decided, no, I'm not going to smoke weed today. And this is the second time I've done that, where I was like, I'm going to smoke. And I was like, well, hold on. Should I? Do I need to? No, I don't. And I'm not going to. And that makes me feel good, just because I remember, like, when I was thinking about smoking weed again, my concern was becoming addicted again and kind of doing this thing where it's like, I don't need to smoke, but I'm going to smoke anyway. I'm going to convince myself, talk myself into it, and just smoke anyway, even if I don't need to, because I'm going to like it so much. And there wasn't really a debate. It was like, do I want to do this? Or do I need to do this? No, I don't. And that was it. I didn't like, well, I mean, you could. There wasn't that debate in my head. I just said no, and I didn't do it. So that makes me feel good. That I'm not dependent on it, and that I can still have a logical thought in my head as to whether or not I want to do it. That tells me that I'm still doing it for the right reasons, and I'm doing it, and I'm still following through with the I guess the intentions that I had when I started smoking again. So that's nice. So it is nice that I was able to kind of undepress myself today just by myself. So hopefully that sticks around throughout the weekend. That'd be cool. There was, oh yeah, another thing was, I don't know really know why. The last couple of days, I've had this kind of desire to get a little tipsy with alcohol. I guess it goes back a little while, just because I think it was Metallica that released like a whiskey, and I was like, I want to try that. And then I think someone else released some sort of whiskey, and then just this week, Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul released a rum or something like that. And I was like, I want to try this. I want to see what they taste like. And I want to. It sounds cool to collect that kind of stuff. And then I was like, well, what if I just got like a little bit of, a little small bottle of some vodka or something like that, and I got like a Jones or like a Rockstar, or not a Rockstar, a Monster drink, and just kind of mixed it on the weekend. Got a little tipsy, not drunk, just a little tipsy, and it was kind of scary to me how immediately my brain was like, yeah, let's do that, absolutely, and there wasn't really that much thought put into it. Yeah, it was just scary. It was like I had this like addicted feeling, like I need to do this. And that kind of freaked me out. And then yesterday was when I did my groceries, and I was like, am I going to go do this? Am I going to go buy some alcohol? And I was like, no, I'm not. I'm not going to do that. Because I don't need to. My thought process yesterday was like, I'm going to get high tomorrow, and that's going to make me feel better. For me, historically, alcohol has been a downer. So what I'm going to do Friday is put myself up with weed, and then bring myself back down on Friday night or Saturday whenever I decide to drink. Why would I do that? So, yeah, I don't know. So that was that, and I think like that kind of decision of no, I'm not going to, was when my brain was like, yeah, we don't need to do this. I don't know why we're doing this, why we're thinking this, so we're not gonna do that. I would still like to try, those branded alcohol beverages, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that'd be a good idea or not. Even still, like I think that I'm well enough adjusted and I have enough history with alcohol to know that, like, to be able to not get addicted to it. But even as I say, like, honestly, I'm a little afraid. Like, what if I really like it? What if I kind of do the thing that I'm thinking of with weed, where it's like I'm gonna convince myself to drink, even though I don't need to. I'll convince myself, hey, just do it, whatever. It's one time. That'd be something I worry about. So, yeah, something that just came up this week. Wanted to mention, maybe in the future I can look back and see kind of how things played out there. In terms of what I've been doing, caught up with all my podcasts and stuff like that today. Caught up with UFC 239. I don't know if I mentioned this, but I finished watching all the Marvel movies except for Endgame, which comes out on Blu-ray at the end of this month, and then Spider-Man Far From Home, I think, is a movie, which is currently in theaters. So I still have to watch those two, but I caught up with everything up to that. My two favorites were Doctor Strange and Civil War. Surprising that I liked Doctor Strange, because I remember when the commercials were out, I was like, this movie looks so ridiculously stupid. I don't want to watch this. And then when I found it was part of the Marvel universe, like, I had to watch it because part of the whole thing, and it ended up being one of the best movies in my opinion. Like, all of them were really great. Most of them, I didn't really like Hulk that much, and the Captain America movies, but what's it called? But yeah, Doctor Strange I was like, oh wow, this is actually a lot better than I expected. It ended up being one of my favorites. So that was cool. And then I switched over to DC, and I watched all of them that they have so far, and kind of the same thing as Doctor Strange. The ones that I wasn't really too hyped about ended up being my favorites. So Wonder Woman is probably the best DC movie that they have so far. And I remember when seeing trailers like this, I mean, not that it looks dumb. It's just, I don't know, doesn't really look that interesting to me, and I wouldn't watch it. But because it's part of the DC universe, and I'm watching DC Universe, I have to watch it. So I watched it, ended up being amazing. My favorite DC movie. Honestly, I'd rank it above a lot of the Marvel movies as well. It was a very, very well done movie, and Gal Gadot is just dropped dead gorgeous. And then not Captain Shazam. It's just called Shazam. That movie, I remember when trailers were out for that, I thought, this looks like it's like such a dumb movie. I would never watch this. This is ridiculously stupid. This looks like I'm such an eye roller and stupid ass movie. Again, part of the DC universe. Gotta watch it. So I watched it. Wasn't expecting to like it. I ended up loving it. Very, very well done movie. Pretty funny. Almost as good as Wonder Woman. I'm sculling. Oh well. Let's see. Hello. Hi. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. No. No. Okay. Bye. I would have redone it, but I didn't want to do the other 12 minutes of vlogging. So we just called this so she has to get milkshakes, so I have to go take the litter out and stuff like that once I'm done this. But yeah, Shazam was almost as good as Wonder Woman, and yeah, I liked it a lot more than I thought. Now I'm watching Harry Potter just because I'm just kind of catching up on shows that are on movies, that's franchises that I've never really watched and are kind of popular, and that's the next one I thought about watching. I figured I would like it. I'm a fan of like the whole fantasy genre. It's just that I've only ever watched like the first 30 minutes of the first movie, The Sorcerer's Stone. Never really was a fan, but everyone always told me it gets better as movies go on, because when it started it was for kids, and as it go, the kind of movies grow with the audience. I'm definitely seeing that, and there's definitely an improvement in quality. Sorcerer's Stone wasn't terrible. It just, I don't know, it was kind of neutral on it. Chamber of Secrets, I believe, I enjoyed for the most part. Prisoner of Azkaban was okay. I didn't like it as much as Chamber of Secrets. I might even... I don't know. I don't know if I'd like it more or less than Sorcerer's Stone. Maybe they're kind of equal. And I just now, before I vlogged, finished The Goblet of Fire. And that was definitely the best movie so far. I loved everything about it. And there's a funny quote in there where they're asking people to go to the prom, or not prom, but some sort of dance or whatever. And Ron asked this like very popular girl, and he's, people are asking about it, and he's saying, well, she was just walking by, and you know how I like when they walk. So that made me laugh. That's definitely a quote I'm going to be using from now on. And yeah, so after this, I'm going to watch The Order of the Phoenix, and then I've got, well, I guess with The Order of the Phoenix, I have 4 more Harry Potter movies after that, as well as the 2 Fantastic Beasts movies, which I guess are part of the Harry Potter universe because they're in this folder. But yeah, so there's that. I finished F is for Family last week. Hilarious show. I wish I watched it a little sooner because it was so funny. There's a lot of quotes I got from that. Very, very funny show. And yeah, IT Crowd, I don't know if I mentioned this, but I finished that a while ago. Chernobyl, I finished that maybe 2 weeks ago. Both those shows really good. IT Crowd is definitely funny. Chernobyl was a lot better than I was expecting. Very good show. And yeah, I think that's it. There was Black Mesa is currently going into public beta for Zen, I think next month. So at some point I'd like to kind of get back into Black Mesa, kind of catch up to Zen, so when Zen comes out I can just play it. Been playing a little bit more Rocket League. Last weekend it was Roman and I were just dunking on kids, and we're kind of like the dream team, so there's that. And yeah, I don't know if there is anything else. Oh yeah, Sleeper's new album came out today. Listened to it yesterday, and honestly, first of all, I need to find something sad so I can just cry already. It's been a few months since I've cried, and I just need a good cry because it's kind of funny. I was listening to that album and I was getting choked up because I was like, I can't believe I'm finally listening to a new Sleeper album. So I think it's time I find something to cry about because I'm getting emotional over the stupidest shit. So yeah, but oh my god, such a good album. So happy with it. It's so amazing. I'm so excited to see them live. It's going to be fantastic. Yeah, the album is spectacular. The only song I didn't like was The Summit, which is the last song. Such a good album. Classical Sleeper. And yeah, so there was that. Auras, I listened to their new album today. Also very good. I've been listening to, I think they pronounce Tyr, Tyr, and Lizzie Borden to get ready for the Demons and Wizards show in August. Because they're opening for them, and few good Tyr albums that I've added. I think the most recent one that I listened to was it this one? Yeah, I believe it's called the Lay of Thrym. One of the best albums from them. I think the most recent album that they released, I forget the name of it, as well as this one was. I believe it's this one were very, very good. This one specifically, I was very impressed with the Lay of Thrym. I don't really say that. And then Lizzie Borden, haven't been listening, or I still have a few albums to go. Not the greatest. Their most recent stuff is pretty good. They've been around since the 80s, so a lot of the earlier stuff is not really doing it for me. But still adding it, because they're playing, and I want to, yeah, I get all that stuff ready to go. Yeah, so I'm gonna go upload this and then continue watching Harry Potter, and yeah, I'll see you when I see you.